What up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, and we are here today with another review. This is going to be Love and Hip Hop Miami, Season 4, Episode 2. The episode is titled Island Time. You guys, now this episode, hilarious. I gotta give it to Miami. Miami is coming in doing a damn thing. Miami is really a good so far 2 episodes in. Miami is good. I don't have any complaints, not a one. I can't even complain about nothing. I think the storylines are good, and I think what the good thing for Miami is the fact that although we did lose a good chunk of cast members, like we don't have Shay, we don't have, I don't know what capacity we'll have Bobby in. We don't have Bobby. We don't have Shay. Thank God we don't have JoJo. We don't have JoJo. We don't have who else? We haven't had Prince for a while. We don't have Hood Brat. We don't have some of the names that were ratchet for Love and Hip Hop Miami. But we still got Suki. We still got Suki, you guys. But yeah, you guys. This is Miami Season 4. I already said that. Now, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and are not yet subscribed to the channel, then you guys, I need you guys to do me a big solid favor. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop any videos. Like the video. Please share the video, guys. Help me get these views. We gotta get let's get the views up. Let's get the views and the likes up on the channel. Do that for your boy, and I got you guys. Like, do that for me. We got you. With that out the way, without further ado, let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Miami. Alright, you guys, so I think I'm going to start up with Sheila and with Ace Hood in this episode, right? So let's talk about them. Wasn't a lot with them. I don't know. With Sheila and Ace Hood, right? I feel like they are in a good space in their relationship, but I don't want the show, because we know how Love and Hip Hop is. We know how reality TV is in general. But more specifically, we know how Love and Hip Hop is. Like, Love and Hip Hop can take a relationship and make it go out the window, right? So Sheila, she wrote a book, right? And it seems like, I think she was doing it on Instagram, where she was giving positive affirmations. And then her friend comes over. I did not catch what her friend's name was, so sorry for that one, you guys. So her friend is pregnant, and they're talking, right? So remember in last week's episode, the premiere episode, when Ace was talking to Blondie, his mama, he was talking about the fact that Sheila had a miscarriage, right? So when Sheila was talking about the miscarriage, I didn't realize, he made it seem like the miscarriage, I didn't realize that the miscarriage was very recent. Like, I didn't realize that, right? It's so interesting when I think about Ace Hood, right? Because Ace Hood was in the blogs last year, around this time, he was in the blogs with his issues with his baby mama. And I was thinking then, I'm like, Ace Hood? Like, I ain't heard that name in a minute. And then I thought about it. I'm like, I'm like, I wonder if he's going to be on because I was wondering at that time when Love and Hip Hop was going to come back. And I was like, I wonder if he might show up on a Love and Hip Hop. Because I'm like, this is giving very much Love and Hip Hop. But I don't think so. I think they might have filmed this after that happened, right? So I really do feel bad for her when she was in her interview with the producers talking about the miscarriage, right? She knew she was miscarrying, but she was putting positive affirmations out there. She was telling the baby that she wanted it. And I was like, oh my God, that's really sad, right? But everything happens in God. Everything that happens is God's plan. I don't know what his plan was for that. But, everything that happens to us, it happens for a reason. And I hate to say it, like, I'm not saying it to be, in a bad way, or I'm not trying to say, sometimes the things he does to us, it makes us strong. It's supposed to it makes us stronger, right? So, I wish the best for Ace and Sheila. I still have when I look at the spelling of her name, it's really, I want to say it's some other Sheila, like, it's Shela, but that doesn't, you see the she, but not the, I guess you kind of do see the Sheila, but whatever. But yeah, she's talking about how Ace reacted to, her when she told her about the miscarriage, right? And he was like, "Oh, it's okay." Now that you shouldn't say to somebody who just that's not something that you should say, right? You should, but also like what her friend said, I believe what it was for him, it was his way of being there for her, but it just kind of seemed to her, it just kind of seemed a little off-putting, like it was like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, right? That's how she took it, but it's probably not really how he took it. He was just trying to be a supportive husband to her. So then you see that they're having a Mother's Day brunch, right? Now, when Blondie came to the Mother's Day brunch, it was a little awkward at first, but then eventually she and Sheila had a conversation, right? The thing with Sheila and Blondie, and it's not even Sheila, it's really Blondie, right? Blondie, I get it. You're his mother, and you're always going to be his mother, but he is married to he's married to Sheila, so it's time for you to kind of, I don't want to say take a back seat, but you're not the number one woman in his life, and you're not the main woman in his life anymore. You're not that. You're still, like I said, you're his mother until the end of time, but he's married, so his wife comes first, and then you're second. Like, she is his main priority. I don't know if she sees it that way. I hope she does, but yeah, you got to kind of back off a little bit, Sheila. That's all I got to say, and let's move on. All right, you guys, let's talk about Trina and Trick. Trina, I got a lot to say. So, we see Trick, he's at the radio station, getting ready to go, I think he was actually already talking, I think he was already on the one, doing the show, but Trina hadn't come in yet, right? So then Trina does come in, and Trick is talking to Trina, they're talking about Atlanta, and Trick said something that made a lot of sense to me, that I was asking even last week, like, so why did you guys go to Atlanta to celebrate the anniversary of your album when you guys are Miami artists? Why not have it in Miami? Like, Miami was and is still wide the fuck open. Can I talk? Absolutely not, because Texas is Texas is neck and neck. You know what? I just realized it's all the southern states, right? And all the it's Miami, it's Georgia, and it's us. And we actually kind of surround each other, right? Ooh. Isn't that an interesting thing, right? We kind of surround each other. And we're all red. Well, Georgia's blue now, but they trying to turn that bitch back red. But yeah, why did y'all go to Atlanta instead of Miami? So then Trick is talking about, celebrating their 21st anniversary, right? He says he wants to have a party in Miami, and he's asking her, what does she want to do? And Trina just flips the fuck out on Trick. Granted, I get what, I get it. That was the anniversary of her brother's death. Like, I got that. But my thing is with Trina, here's my issue, right? I got that it wasn't a good day for her. I get that. But why not call it, why not be like, hey, today's the anniversary of my brother's death. I'm not in it's just not a good day for me. I need today to myself to be able to just be with me, my family, my friends, just be around the people that I love and not have to do any work. Like, I do that every year. Like, when it comes to my mom's birthday, I never work. And my mom's birthday is actually approaching. It's September 19th. Like, I don't do any work. I take off on her birthday. I take off on my grandmother's birthday, which is coincidentally the day that my mother passed away. Like, I don't work those days because those days are they're not, I'm not in the best mood those days. So I don't do anything. But I will say, though, despite the fact that Trina went off on Trick and said it's not a good day, Trick still showed up to support Trina in a memorial for her brother. So that's real love right there. And I fucks with that. So then we see Trina and Joy. They're talking, right? So Trina is performing the next day. Now here's where the editing confused me in this episode. Trina said that this is her first. Oh, okay, never mind. It didn't. I just thought about it. Trina didn't perform when she went to Atlanta. That's right. She didn't perform. So this is actually her first performance since the pandemic. that she'll be having the next day at the AIDS walk. Now, when they showed her brother Gungi, I think that's how they said his name. They showed his kids. So he passed away 8 years ago, right? They showed 2 kids, a boy and a girl. The boy is 10 years old and the girl is 12. I'm like, damn. They were literally babies when their dad died. So they have no memories of I'm pretty positive. They have no, especially the little boy. The little girl may have faint memories of her dad, but damn, 10 and 12. Prayers up to them, right? So then we see Trina. So Trina is, like I said, she's supposed to be performing for the AIDS walk, right? And I think she said she was the headliner. But here's the issue that I have. Trina, you got to get a better team, because your team sucks. How does your management get your call time fucked up, right? Your call time was 10 a.m., but you're late. That's terrible management. Like, you fired Julian, you might want to fire these 2 and fire somebody that's more competent. Like, 2 people are managing Trina, but y'all both get her call times fucked up. How'd that happen? But she finally made it to the performance. She did her thing. You know, we would have to have, after that, we would have had a long ass conversation, because that is professionalism. Like, they're gonna be like, well, damn, we invited Trina to come perform and she was late. Like, it ain't cool. It ain't cool at all. Yeah, but let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. Next up, let's talk about Amara. So she's back. Love me some Amara. Now, so here's the thing. I'm not gonna talk about the show just yet. I will say people on social media can be really nasty, right? So Amara is back, new body, new man. We're gonna talk about that in just a minute. But the thing is, I know Amara had lost weight before Love and Hip Hop Miami even came back. Follow her on Instagram, right? And one day I looked at I was looking at my timeline, and I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, there's Amara. And it was a full body picture. And I'm like, oh wow, she has lost a lot of weight. But she still looks good nonetheless. But then I saw a lot of disgusting comments about Amara, right? They were like, oh, you look better when you were bigger. I wish you were still the same size. You don't look good like this. Stop that shit, y'all. People, stop that shit. Stop doing that shit. Stop doing that. That is disgusting. If you see that she's lost weight, congratulate her. Be like, oh my God, congratulations on the weight loss. If you see that somebody gains weight, like, don't body shame people. That's the moral of what I want to say. Do not body shame people. That is disgusting. Stop body shaming people. Stop doing it. It is disgusting. You wouldn't want nobody to body shame you. So don't do it to other people, right? So Amara, she's in the Dominican Republic. She is, at this point, she is gone into real estate. She's doing Airbnbs out there. But she actually did come out with a song last year. Actually, she came out with a song just before the pandemic hit. What was the name of that song? Because I listen to it all the time. And she did a dance challenge to it as well. Andale. I believe that's the name of that song. I believe that was the name of the song. Andale. Andale. Yep, that's it. Andale. Whoever is on Amara's team sucks too. I really hope Julian is not still her manager, because, again, terrible management, right? Like, Amara should be bigger than what she is. Amara should be up there with Cardi B. Like, she should be. Amara is that talented. Like, Amara, we'll talk about it, right? So her mother's there with her. Now her mother's talking about how she doesn't want to be in the Dominican Republic, right? She feels that is a tourist place, and that, they need to go back to Miami, basically. So, like I said, Amara has a new boyfriend. His name is Alan. I was like, wait a minute. What the fuck happened to MJ? It's Shay's brother. Y'all remember that drama last season with MJ, Shay, and Amara, and what was the girl's name? What was her name? Prima Donna. But whatever. New day, new dude. So we later see Amara as she's talking to Alan, right, about the conversation that she had with her mother about, she feels that the Dominican Republic, it is a tourist place, is, I guess, not that safe, and she wants her to come back to Miami, work on her music, and do that stuff, right? But at this point, Amara says that she's ready to settle down and have kids. I'm like, ooh, okay. So then, yeah, like I said, I'm almost her back there. But I was just about to say MJ. Alan says that he'll talk to her mother. I'm like, really? No. So then we see them go out to dinner, right? My mom made a good point in this scene, because Alan is saying that he has his businesses down there in the Dominican Republic. He wants Amara there with him, but like I said, listen to it, right? Her mother made a good point. You want her here so that you can focus on your businesses, right? Now, yes, she does have her, her real estate and her Airbnbs, but she is an artist first. She's an artist, right? So you want her to drop that and come here? But what are you dropping for her? And I was like, exactly. Thank you. I was thinking to myself, I'm like, Amara, if you actually go through with that, it's not the smartest move, right? Because you're dropping stuff for him. What is he giving up for you? What is he giving up for you? If he ain't giving up nothing for you, you don't give up nothing for him. Period, point blank. That's it. We're going to move on to Suki and wrap up. Child Suki. Man, if ghetto and hood, if you looked at those words up in the dictionary, you would see Suki's face next to it. Love me some Suki. I actually do like Suki. I really do like Suki. But child, she is the most ghettoest thing I've ever saw in my life. So Suki has now opened up a store called Good Cat. I was like, not Good Cat, girl. And she said that is not a self-proclaimed title. That is something that was given to her by the people. I was like, oh God. Oh God. So Suki, like I said, she has a Good Cat. Now the store, I was like, wait a minute. So who is your clientele? Like, who is your clientele? Is it sex workers? Is it like, what is your clientele? Because the clothes that she has in there, very revealing. I'm like, okay. So she has her cousin Zay there with her, right? I guess she wants Zay to run the business. So, so Zay is like, damn, is it almost 1 o'clock? Or is it 1 o'clock already? What time is it? It is 1 o'clock. What time did I leave? What time did I leave? I think it was after 11:30 or so. Where we at? So Zay is she wants him to run the store, right? So he tells her places he's worked at before. He said City Trends. He said KFC and Popeyes. I was like, oh my God. City Trends. We used to have a commercial here in my hometown for City Trends. It's CITI. City Trends makes shopping for less, or is shopping for less. One of those two. We had a commercial that used to play on the radio all the time. And then the funny thing is, the City Trends in my hometown is like literally in the hood. Have they ever? I think they've been robbed a few times too, if I'm not mistaken. But the clothes in City Trends are actually, okay, never mind. We ain't gonna talk about it because I don't want to disrespect nobody who buys from City Trends. So we ain't gonna talk about it. But the clothes in City Trends were not for me. Let's just put it that way, right? So then we move on to see Suki. OMG. So Suki and Bill are doing a photo shoot for their engagement. Why did Bill have her bent over in doggy style? I was like, oh my God. Then he had a shot where you can see his ankle monitor. The mom was like, Bill, turn. He's like, oh no. I'm like, oh my God. They are perfect. Suki and Bill are a perfect match for each other. If I never saw a perfect match, Suki and Bill are that match, right? What else? So then they talk about, Suki and Bill want to have kids, right? Now I do agree with her mother, right? If you guys want to go and get backed by a label, right now is not going to be the best time for Suki to get pregnant. And I don't know if they don't want to hear it or not. And I get where Suki's coming from. It's okay for a man, and it's fucked up, right? But you guys even think back to the 20s and the 40s. You got to think about to the 40s, right? Like, go back and watch old episodes of I Love Lucy. When Lucy was pregnant, they didn't even show her being pregnant. They didn't show her. They basically covered her up like pregnancy was some kind of a disease that you catch, right? So I agree with where Suki's coming from, right? That, you know, it's okay for a man to do it. A man can get a woman pregnant, go make a sex tape the next day, and he'll be fine. Like, I get where she's coming from, and it's a double standard. And I honestly, I hate double standards that come between men and women, right? I hate all the double standards for men and women. Like, it's okay for a man to be a hoe, but a woman, if you call her a hoe, it's looked down upon, right? And the same comes like when it comes to bisexual men and women, right? It's okay for a woman to be bisexual, but a man, that's nasty. So I get where she's coming from. Double standards all the way around, right? But to her mother, to her mom's defense, right? Her mom was talking about, she's talking about the fact that Nicki Minaj and Cardi, they're talking about the fact that Nicki had a baby and Cardi had a baby. But her mom had to say, think about it. Nicki and Cardi were both established in their careers before they had kids. Nicki's been in the game for over a decade, and she just had her baby. Cardi's been in the game for a few years now, but she's at the height of her career. So, you know, it's not frowned upon, but you will be a new artist for these people, and they're gonna you'll be excuse me. What it is you'll be a new artist for these people. They'll want you to give them your project. They'll want you to go out and tour eventually when we are able to tour. They'll want you to do so much stuff. So I got where her mom is coming from, and I get where Suki's coming from at the same time. But that's the episode, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about the episode. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else, and share the video. And until the next one, you guys stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.